I feel like the risk of putting my life on the line, I kind of blocked it out. I think it's my job, it's what I live for, it's what I do, and I just tried to not think about it. I couldn't let my own fears impede the services that I was gonna give to my residents and my clients. And that was kind of how I looked at it. So an OT, an occupational therapist, is a therapist that really is working on rehabilitating everyday tasks. So if an individual had an injury or was in the hospital or was sick or just had a progression of a disease and they're no longer able to do the things that they used to be able to do, that's where an OT comes in. So whether it's being able to get dressed themselves or use the bathroom safely or feed themselves, being able to socialize within their setting, those would be the goals that we would work on with them. I think I've had to step up in adapting how I practice as a therapist. The goals are not the same that they were. So maybe a therapy goal before was more complex, like being able to shower by themselves with certain equipment, or a handwriting goal so that someone could write out their checks. Where now it's more, can they walk to get outside to be able to socialize with their peers and get out for family visits that are happening. A big goal is to prevent residents from going out into the hospital where they're at greater risk of contracting COVID. So working with the administration to identify who's at risk, who do we know is not moving as much, and getting them on therapy services to make sure that they're maintaining their balance, strength, whatever health care needs they have to prevent them from going out. We've all sacrificed time with our families and our friends just because it's been around the clock operation. And a lot of these communities, including the administration, they're working around the clock, working 2 or 3 shifts in a row, multiple days in a row, just to make sure that the residents are getting the care that they need. And I think there's been a lot more positive than has been displayed in the media. It's been a lot of education, I think, to the residents that we work with and the families on what the real statistics are and what the day-to-day actually looks like, because the picture in the media is certainly different than what it is in reality. I did treat a couple of individuals that were positive for COVID. You just work it up so much before you walk in that door of like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be intense. And you're going in your full PPE, your mask, your gown, your gloves, your N95. And really it was kind of comical almost because the residents that I was treating, you don't know what you're gonna see behind that door. And I saw just Mr. Smith cracking up because he can't hear me. And he's like, what'd you say? Like the whole session is just us yelling back and forth at each other. And there's nothing that either one of us could do but laugh. And he's like, can you please take all that stuff off? I'm like, no, I can't, I'm sorry. And when I think back about, how I decided what I wanted to do, that's the reason. Just to bring joy to people's lives and make a difference. If someone was considering or was a little bit apprehensive about moving into a senior living community, I would 100% advocate it, even in the climate that we're in now. I think everyone's at risk, but I think the supports that are available in a senior living community, from a physical level, an emotional, social level, it's gonna create a better outcome, I think, than if someone was at home. Even if they had a private caregiver, it's very isolating and you're not gonna get the supports that you would within a senior living community, for sure.